Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Cuba in Focus podcast. In this episode, my co-host is Ben Stokes again.
Hello again.
Well, I couldn't find anybody new to do it with, and Ben offered, and he knows lots about our guest, who we're talking about today, which is Daniel Tidsey. So that's why Ben's here. So before we start talking about Daniel Tidsey, I just want to go over a few results from our previous Cubas in Focus. So Jacob Chambers, a few weeks ago at Don't DNF Dublin, he got a sub-9 3x3 average of 5, which was, was expected from him soon.
Long time coming. But there was also, he won the competition, because it was a blind event competition, he won the competition as well with a 58 line single, I think.
Yeah.
So he's had a win in that event now.
And also got like another low 6 clock average as well.
Yeah,
so
an R2 result, I think it was.
Ben here was also set to go to Don't DNF Dublin, but Flyby became Flyby gone, so he couldn't really go. Didn't have enough money to rebook flights, but hey ho. So, at Manchester, Ben, you also got a 27 blind single, right? And a 2x2 average.
Yeah, 2 flat. That was
quite
mixed feelings.
Was it like a 1.995 or above or something?
2.003. But
okay.
I think what happened was Jason, because I'm awful at maths. So when I looked at my head, I thought I needed such a better single to get sub 2. So I didn't react to it at all. And then Jason's like, that's sub 2. I'm like, oh, is it? And then I started high-fiving people.
And then
they come up and calculate at the end, and it was 2 flat.
Bruh. So, I think that's everything we've got to note for Manchester and Triple D. So, there's no comps in the UK or anywhere in the world for at least until, like, mid-April. So, the next UK comp's not till the end of May, which is pretty sad. We're all pretty bummed about that.
It's because it's interesting because isn't it the first time in years since being a comp on a weekend?
Yeah, and there's no comps for a whole month.
Yeah,
which is kind of ridiculous, but it's important, health and stuff. Much more important than turning pieces of plastic. So I think
maybe we'll.
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, you go on. I was going to say maybe we'll see some massive drops in people's records when it comes back to comps, because
especially with lots of countries going on lockdown or people self-isolating. You could see a lot surge in people practicing with more spare time, so maybe might see some records once competitions start up again. So okay, that was just a cough. Right, I'm cutting that out. Right, so Daniel Tidsey, he started competing in 2016, and since then he's only been to 18 competitions, but he's been pretty nation class in both free blind and scube over that time, also being very promising in 3x3 as well, and lots of other events.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty impressive profile there.
Yes, very impressive. So if we start all the way back at Macclesfield Open 2016, which was his first competition, and I believe that was around June-ish, was it? Yes, late June in 2016. I didn't attend this competition. You didn't attend this competition.
I wasn't even Cuban.
But Daniel Tidsey did. He got a 29 average and a 23 single. Pretty standard for your first competition. That's similar to what I got. I got like 29 average, 25 single. I don't know what you got. You got like 13, yeah. No need to flex. He also competed in the 2x2, pretty standard, like 11 average. I don't know if he did like Pyraminx or anything. 17 average cube.
Yeah, it's what we get from people's first competitions.
Pretty notable. Nothing really notable with that. So he then went to ABHC 2016 and Birmingham Open 2016 and then Manchester Open 2017 and between then he slowly dropped his average, and then by Manchester he had a 17 official average, which this is all pretty normal stuff. I think most cubers probably get to the speed around then. By Manchester, but he got a 7 cube average at Manchester. That's pretty decent, but
yeah. So he just had kind of until a point where he started getting really good. He just kind of had average-ish.
Yeah, pretty average stuff. So London Open, he dropped his average to 14 and single to 11. So now we're starting to see a bit of improvement. Like, okay, this kid could be quite fast. And then UK Champs 2017, still nobody in the scene's really looking at Daniel Tidsey. He gets another 14 3x3 average, a 10 single, but for Scube, he whips out of nowhere a 3.47 average in the finals and places second.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Nobody really heard of him.
Yeah,
I wasn't there, but apparently there were people saying, like, who's this guy?
He's cheating. He's faking his solves. So we did have a 4 Scube average at London Open a few months prior, but that's not that fast. But he got a 3.47 average and a 2.45 single, only losing to Harry, I believe. I don't know. I can't be bothered to fact check that.
Harry or George, one of the two.
Yeah. So, out of nowhere. Gets a super fast average. He had a counting 2.9, which is pretty impressive. And so this is when people started to notice Daniel. And he started changing his name to the Scuba Kid or something on Discord and stuff. And as most people who started around his time or a bit earlier, we all went for a Scube phase. So, me, Harry, Fabio, George, Ellie, we all went for a Scube phase. I think it's something most cubers have gone through. So, Daniel Tidsey, he was officially in his Scube phase. So, we'll stick for Scube for now, because he didn't really show many promising 3x3 results until Stratford-upon-Avon 2018. So, for Scube, he started to get more 3 averages, low 4 averages. He didn't break his PR until UK Champs 2018.
Yeah, I think that round was actually when I met him, because he won the first round of UKC 18.
Yes,
and I think that was the first interaction I ever had with him. My thought was he just doesn't inspect much at all for such a fast event.
Yeah, I think I started to talk to him around that time as well. So if we flip over to 3x3, so Stratford-upon-Avon, out of nowhere, before Stratford-upon-Avon, he had an 11.3 average, and then he skipped sub 11, skipped sub 10.5, and went straight to 9.58. Which is kind of nuts. Silly. Before that competition, he didn't even have a sub 10 single. I got a sub 10 single over 1 year. I got a sub 10 average over 1 year after I had a sub 10 single.
I mean, he just went from having 1 official 9 from the round before to getting 4 in a row.
Yeah.
From what I gather, he just got a good single for him, and then got a good single for him 3 times in a row afterwards.
Yeah, it's similar to an average you got recently, which you'll go over later. So he then managed to beat that average and get a sub 9 single in the semi-final.
Yeah.
So he got 9.52 with a counting 10 and an 8.81 single. 2 8s in that round, actually. And then it got a 10.07 average in the final. So suddenly, this guy's good at 2 events.
All of a sudden, just...
Before, people just thought he was a Scube kid. Now he's a 3x3 kid as well.
And he went from, really average improvement, from, decreasing at the rate you'd expect people to jumping from 11 to mid-9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly he's, not just a Scube kid. So, UK Champs was around. As we said, he got a 3.25 Scube average in the first round, which, won the round. And for 3x3 of that competition, he got a 7.7 in the semi-final, an 8.3 in the second final, actually, as well. No, he got one sub 10
average.
average, but
Yeah.
he sadly didn't make it to finals. But
No, that would have been really quite exciting if this.
yeah, I don't think he's made a UKC finals, has he?
Not 3x3, no.
No.
He's got some podiums though.
Yep, he choked semi-finals last year. So Manchester Open 2019 for Scube, he got a 3.05 average of 5 in the first round.
Yeah, that is still his PR. It won the round, and it's still 69th in the world.
Nice. So yeah, ridiculous average.
Yeah.
I think this is when he kind of stopped touching Scubes. Sounds a bit strange, but
yeah, I don't think he quit it as much as just kind of started to practice other stuff.
yeah.
I don't think it was I don't like Scube anymore. It's more of I'll just start doing other stuff.
Yeah,
Because
don't really-
obviously, there's a point where he stops being this person who's just kind of good at 3x3 and Scube, and you start being like, oh wow, he's actually quite good at other stuff.
Yes. So in 3x3 at Manchester, he got a sub 9 average, which is nuts. He's always been pretty well performing in 3x3 at competitions compared to like his results at home. So I think he shocked himself with that in the final.
Yeah,
It's pretty ridiculous. 8.97, dropping from 9.52 as well. That's a 0.55 second drop. Yeah, he shocked us all with that.
yeah.
So
Manchester, he also, because I remember being really impressed because he didn't. It wasn't just a good 3x3 average. He got multiple podiums there as well.
yes,
Like I
Like
believe.
2x2. Yeah. So
Yeah,
he got
won the second round.
He won the second round with a
2.60
2.6 average, and then got 267 in the final. And I believe he plus 2'd one of his solves. I think
Yes,
might
he
be
did. I believe
fourth
it
one.
was the fourth one, so it would have been actually like a 2.3 maybe.
Yeah, 2.3.
I'm not sure. I'm not good at mental maths. I'm not gonna attempt it.
Yeah, so now he's a 2x2 guy as well.
Yeah.
And
So,
he also
just-
got pretty fast at one other event at this competition. Sadly, I think let me look at his results. He got a 41 in the first round. He already had this is free blind, by the way. He had a
Yeah.
35 before this competition at a Great British Blind Off. And he also got a 41 at Manchester. But he had a 25 DNF in the first round, I believe.
Yeah, I
So
was
people were
judging-
like, whoa,
no,
okay.
that was in finals. That was in finals.
In finals, was it? 25
Yeah,
DNF. I think
judging
that's on
right
his
behind
channel as
him
well.
By 2 flipped edges.
Yeah.
And it was
So all of
Yeah.
a sudden,
tough.
there's another event he's good at. So now he's good at 2x2, 3x3, Scube, and blind.
Yeah. So blind had been something he definitely shown potential in because he had made UKC finals in it in 2018, and he had a
Yes.
couple of 35s. So obviously, and I believe he had a pretty close DNF at blind off as well. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was. I think it was 2 twisty corners or something. But he was showing promise in, quite a lot of stuff at this point,
Yeah.
and he's starting to have a pretty respectable profile going.
So yeah, most people in the UK start to know about this guy, and they're like, okay, this guy's only been cubing for a couple of years. He's already getting these really good results. I think we're gonna, and me especially, I was like, okay, I'm gonna support this guy. This guy's going somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd also like to note that between Manchester Open in March or February in 2018 and Stratford, which was in September, he dropped his free blind single from 3 minutes to 50 seconds.
Yeah, ridiculous.
So, his 3x3 average didn't get beaten for a while after that.
Yeah, not till Doncaster, which
So-
was the second to last.
And
match
his
in
Scube, his 305 is still his PR average, but he has a 197 single now, which he got last July. But that Scube
keep
single,
forgetting
nobody
about that.
cares about that.
I forget that happened.
So, Chester Open, that was just a month after Manchester. He gets a 35 PR blind single in the first round, just slightly beating his last one. And then a 26 in the final, which he was very happy with.
Yeah, first sub 30 after a couple of fails.
Yeah,
it was very. If you watch the video, you can see you getting really excited for him over it.
Yeah, I was watching that. I was really happy for him, and
he also got a 214 2x2 average at Chester, which is really good.
Oh yes, he did, and I think he got some big blind results as well, like a 5 blind single. No, not 5 blind.
5 blind there.
4 blind. He got a 443 4 blind single. So now he's showing promising results in big blind as well. He also had a 642 mean at UKC 2018.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention that.
Before big blind means were a thing, but the funny thing about that was he was struggling to get a 3 blind mean at that point, and so he got a 4 blind mean.
A
year before we had almost a year before we had a 3 blind mean.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Which is pretty funny.
So yeah, I think he must be like NR5 for 4 blind mean or something around there. NR4 maybe.
NR6.
NR6. Okay. So back to 3 blind. Is after Chester, his next competition was British Summer Open 2019, where this was a crazy round. He got 24.99 first solve, so that's his PR single, really fast. People are like, whoa, okay, that's ridiculous. Then he gets a 40, so he's probably thinking, okay, this mean's not going to be that great. Maybe I'll safety the last solve, I don't know, because he still wouldn't have a mean at this point. Then he gets to 23.98 on the last solve. So he had a sub 30 average of a counting 40.
So a few things to know about that. The 40 was apparently, I think it was just a recall error. There was some massive pause in it.
Yeah.
NR mean at this point was a 27 mean.
I think all he needed was like a 36. If he had a 36 on the second one.
Yeah. So this guy's looking at NRs all of a sudden, and so
yeah, before he was just like NR2, NR3, and now he's got NR2 mean, and this mean is almost like 9 months old or whatever. So all of a sudden, boom, Chris Morris is getting scared. Everybody wants him to beat Chris.
Fiddle actually beat Chris Morris at Chester.
Yes, that's true. He did, didn't he?
Yeah. So
did Chris triple?
No, he came third.
He came third. Okay, yeah. So that's very impressive. So Leeds Open 2019. He got 30 single. DNFs all the rest of the solves.
He podiumed in team blind though, so I'm sure that makes up for it.
UKC 2019. He placed third in the finals, and he also got a 29 mean in the finals as well. He got a 25 single in the first round as well. So. No PRs.
Getting like a 29 mean in UKC finals is pretty impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. And
he's got a really good complementarity.
Third overall, second in UK. Yeah. Daniel's incredible in competition. He overperforms in most of his events, apart from 3 blind most recently.
Yeah, but I feel like he's got a really good mentality going into competitions, and he just doesn't overthink things at all.
Surprising,
seems nervous.
Since he goes to like so few competitions, I'd expect, and he practices quite a bit, I'd expect him to get quite nervous. Because if I went to a competition every like 3 months, I'd get really nervous because I know my next chance to get a good result won't be for a while. But apparently that doesn't affect him somehow. Yeah. So, what was his competition after that? So he didn't go to any competitions between UKC and Doncaster. Doncaster, he didn't do great. 24 single, 32 single. Yeah, not great for him. I think it was pretty
special. He had a 22 by a mechanical corner twist, was it? I think.
I don't think so.
I know there was a 22 DNF, and I know it was close, but I can't remember what it was by.
I don't think he had a corner twist in a different solve, I believe. But yeah, so sadly he didn't manage to perform there, but luckily Manchester Open. So this competition was just this weekend, a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
He got a 21 single in the first round.
And a 23 in the finals.
And a 23 in the final. So he won both rounds.
First win in anything, which for someone of his speed at so many events, it's like, how does this guy only just have a win?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So yeah, he was very happy with the 21. It's pretty good for him. NR2.
The only sad thing about that is that the first solve was a 21 DNF by 2 flipped
Yes,
hedges,
that's
meaning
true.
that without those 2 flipped hedges, it would
Oh,
have
hey,
been in our
cat.
mean.
My cat's just jumped on my desk. Yeah, he would have had 21, 28, 21. So I don't know when his next competition is. It's probably going to be like London Open or something. I don't know if he's going there.
I don't know, because what's the next North? Oh, it must be Manchester Blind Off.
Yes, that's right. That's June.
Yeah, it's just before Euros, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe a month before. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, I think it's
The
June.
next one happening is probably Colchester, but I'm not sure how accessible
Yeah.
this is.
I mean, that might get cancelled. We don't know yet. So that's free blind.
Yeah.
So he's definitely NR potential at the moment. Chris doesn't seem to be practicing as much as he used to, so Daniel Tidsey's got a chance to catch up, and he already averages around 23, 24, so he definitely has a chance to sneak an NR. So between Manchester Open 2019 and Doncaster Open 2020, he didn't get any 3x3 PRs. He didn't make UKC finals. It looks like he got quite nervous in the semi-finals.
Yeah. As you would when you know you've got the potential.
Yes.
Eighth,
Yeah.
Ninth,
29th.
So he obviously knew he had a shot at it. But
then Doncaster Open, out of nowhere, first solve on the second round, 10. Second solve, 747. His second ever 7, PR single, and he didn't have a 7 in 2019 as well.
Yeah.
So already he's happy. He's got PR single. He's got another 7 finally. Then third solve, 763. Another 7. His third ever 7. Yeah. Officially. Fourth solve, 794. Okay, what's going on? He's probably pretty confused. Fourth ever official 7. Last solve, 804. So he walks out that round with a 787 average of 5.
And that just goes to show how good this guy's nerves are. Because imagine you've got one official 7 and then you get 10, 7, 7, 7. You could be looking at an average that's like your old single. How the hell do you hold your nerves for that last solve?
Yeah, nuts. Absolutely
it's
nuts.
Genuinely really impressive.
So he dropped his PR average by 1.1, which is exactly the same as I dropped mine for when I got NR average, actually. So maybe this guy's getting an R-scene, you know? Yeah, next competition gets 677. So at this point, his PR single is 747 and his PR average is 787.
He's really close.
So I think he probably has this. I didn't check the stats, but I think he probably has the slowest single with a sub 8 average.
Well, he did at that point.
I think I had the second slowest single with a sub 8 average when I had a 6.5 single. So
yeah, so
definitely. So people are blown away. This is sub Harry and it's sub Harry, I believe.
Fabio, I believe.
Yeah, sub Harry, tied Fabio. NR 5. 4. So yeah, me, George, Alex,
and then Tiddles with Fabio.
So yeah, he doesn't know what's going on. I think he averages around mid-high 8.
It looks like it from his other averages, yeah.
And then he gets a 904 average in the finals, which is respectable for what he averages.
Yeah, another 7 as well. So
yeah, another 7.
He's keeping it up.
So, and Manchester Open, he finally gets a 6.
Yeah, and he didn't really react at all to it, and it was full steps. So it's just obviously he's averaging fast. That was just so long coming.
Yeah. And he also got third in the finals, which is pretty impressive with the competition there. So I think that was behind.
Realise it. I just looked up, and I wasn't really paying attention to 3x3 podium. I just looked up, and he was standing there, and I'm like, wait, what? What?
Yeah. It's like when I podiumed in 2x2 at Doncaster Open. I had no idea because 2x2 finals happened and it was straight into 3x3. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to practice 3x3 now. I also like completely messed up. I had on the last solve I could have had like a 2.2 average if I got a good solve. So I'm just like, damn, I messed that up. Okay, let's get ready for 3x3. 3x3 happened. Got a 7.6 average. Was really happy. Awards were all around. Been messing around with hand warmers, and then third place with 2x2, Chris Mills, and I was very confused.
Yeah, that was an amazing display from me there. That award ceremony.
You started laughing so much towards the end. You had to hand your mic to who was it? Jacob or something?
There was no mic.
No mic. Hand the voice to Jacob.
Over a bit.
So yeah, that is Daniel Tidsey.
Right, it's not everything. I want to mention another event.
Okay.
That you may not have remembered, but
feet.
Square one, not feet.
You also had decent feet results. I'll just chuck it in quickly. I had like a 52 average in a 43 single. But yeah, square one.
Square one. So he's got pretty good. If you click on his he's got some really good square one results.
An 8.7 single and an 11 average. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was something I didn't realise he was good at for a while until I saw him warm up at Manchester, and I was like, wow, this guy's getting turns ridiculously fast. Wow. And then he just went up and got just a 13 average, which was pretty fast. And he seems to continuously drop it. So he then Chester, he got a 12 average, kept getting 12 averages.
11 at Doncaster.
Yeah, he podiumed second at Leeds and third at Doncaster.
I didn't even realise this guy was good at square one.
Yeah, well, no, he's good at so many things.
He's also good at multi-blind. He's got a 16 out of 16. How have we forgot to mention that?
Fun fact. We should have probably mentioned his... Okay, this has gone so out of order. His championship podiums at UKC, he also came third in 2x2 and multi-blind.
Yes.
So and 16 out of 16 in 50 minutes. And
that's his overall PB as well.
I believe so, yeah.
Fun fact about this. He was going to do 17, but one of his cubes had loose magnets, I believe, so he wasn't allowed to use it. And he had 10 minutes left, so there's a high chance he could have had 17 out of 17.
Yeah.
But 16 out of 16 is still ridiculous. I reckon if he puts a bit of effort into multi-blind, he could definitely be up there with Bertie and Stephen with his free blind knowledge, and I don't think he practices it much. So 16 out of 16 with very little practice is very impressive.
A lot of blinders, including myself, cannot be bothered with multi because it's a lot
of effort.
Yeah. And the other thing to mention was in that 2x2 average in UKC, it says his first solve is 2.82. It's not. That is a 0.82 plus 2.
Yes, I forgot about that. That's
very painful. Some woman's mum in the audience laughed at him.
Oh.
That was a moment.
Yeah. And he got a 1.18 single at Doncaster as well. So
yeah. Overall, his profile's really impressive. He's got 20 podiums.
20? That is true.
Yeah. 1 gold, 8 silvers, and 11 bronzes.
And I'd say he's like nation class at 4 blind, 5 blind, multi-blind, cube, square 1, 3x3 and 2x2, and 3 blind.
Yeah,
wow.
Which is a lot of events.
I'd call myself nation class at 3x3 pyraminx and one-handed. So
yeah. So, and it's not like he's got bad results in the other events.
It's apart from big cubes, they're all pretty respectable.
Like 17 OH average is decent.
Mid 8 clock average.
Mid 8 clock, yeah. I think he would have had a lower one. Do you remember BSO? I don't know what his average was at BSO finals, but he got disqualified because in the last round he hadn't signed for an extra or something.
Delegate hadn't signed for an extra or something.
Yeah, and that stopped him from being on the podium, which was...
Yeah. Also a mid 4 Pira average as well. So...
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? This episode's going to also be 30 minutes, and I've looked at the time like once. It always happens. It's just somehow like 30 minutes, even though I don't try and make it to be.
This has definitely been the most disorganised episode.
Yeah, definitely. It's because there's so many events to cover. Like most people, it's just like 3x3 and then their main event, like clock or whatever, or for you blind. But you gotta go over 2x2, cube, big blind, square one. Daniel, please slow down. So yeah,
So
that's it. This podcast is also kind of being sponsored by the Cubicle now. Well, I'm sponsored by the Cubicle, and he's extended my sponsorship to the podcast as well. So use code MILLS for 5% off. And I'd like to thank Ben for coming on again. Always good to have you on.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll have you on again.
I'll stop